like loads of things, weren't there?
Yeah, we got the last podcast. I still haven't even edited it. I've gone through it, but I haven't edited it yet. Fucking hell. Okay. Welcome to podcast episode 5. Okay. I have Jim, the barber envy. I have Baldy, the old cunt. Zach, the crackhead, and a Richmond steroid nipples. And what are we going to talk about today?
Oh, that was professional.
No. Okay. I have Baldy at Baldy's Barbers, a Richmond at a Richmond Perez, Zach at Zach Batista, and I am Kieron the barber. Everyone's information will be down the bottom. In the description below, so you can go and give them a follow on Instagram, TikTok, Clapper, Twitter.
He's got shares in that company. I know.
I think he set it up. That's why he's
wait. Check this out. So we got.
I bet he has.
TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Clapper, Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, I've got that.
Discord.
What's that for kids?
Oh mate, Clubhouse is sick.
Audio.
Clubhouse is sick.
So you don't even have to wear your glasses.
Skype, House Party, LinkedIn, whatever you want to follow us on. We're on it.
DHgate.
I had to come off House Party.
Why?
Every time someone goes on there, it gives you a notification, doesn't it?
I think I just turned my notifications off.
It's like, your mate is on House Party. I'm not interested.
What is House Party? I don't think I've ever actually been on it.
When lockdown happened the first time, there was like a
fun version
4
of Zoom.
screens of literally that's it, innit?
Yeah.
What's that?
Like, so you can do like quizzes and stuff on it together.
It's like for games online.
Yeah.
Like,
but is it with randomers?
Well, you can.
You can, but the idea is you join with your mates.
So it's like Amigo.
That's like chat roulette, right? That was like chat roulette.
But everyone that you know that's on there, every time they come on, it sends you a notification.
Well, I've obviously got no friends on there. I haven't signed up to it.
I got rid of it. I deleted it. I got this new thing called Clapper. Follow me.
Yeah. And we've just created you a TikTok.
Oh, yeah.
Not the clap. Not the clap.
No.
Literally.
All right, cracker Zach.
Zach, how many days until you're out of jail?
2 weeks now, isn't it?
When the 12th is.
They took his passport away as well, I heard.
Have you got a phone though?
Yeah, I got a phone. I have to plug it every night.
Do you watch TikTok?
And it's a big phone as well. It's an iPhone 11. It's hard to plug.
Do you watch TikTok?
Yeah, I do watch TikTok.
Yeah, follow me on there.
All right.
So what? So we were talking about TikTok earlier. What are you planning to do? Like he messaged me and he was like, "Please help me with TikTok. We'll be friends again, but you need to help me with TikTok."
I don't use TikTok. I do. I post whatever I do for videos on there for Instagram, but I don't really dedicate time to TikTok because I don't really understand it properly.
Yeah, I don't either.
You would be killing the game if you took your shirt off on there. People wouldn't care what you were saying.
So for me, it made sense for videoing. Do you know what I mean? So like, because I don't do editing and stuff like that, you know that. It's an easy way to edit, isn't it? It just literally you pause it, do the next shot, and then it creates one video. So means I can do that for cutting hair, but I can do it for cooking with Baldy.
Yeah, I mean, Zach did say I think your cooking show would do really well.
Is that your end game?
100%,
Like,
definitely.
Cut hair no more, just be a barber chef.
Yeah, I'm going to go on MasterChef next year.
That's it. What are you going to cook on there? If you went on there, what would you cook?
Chicken.
I'm out.
No, I can't. That's the one thing I can't cook is chicken.
I'm having chicken tonight.
Oh yeah,
chicken tonight.
Is that still a thing? Is that still, do they still sell that?
Yeah, it is
actually.
Chicken tonight.
I don't know. I make all my own sauces from scratch now.
Look at Zach. He's like they're talking about old people stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're talking about food. I only get porridge.
I know Zach watches Cooking with Baldy because I see him pop up.
I love it.
He chats about it. He
Do you
loves
do it live then?
No. So I just do it on story at the minute.
Yeah, same. I see that.
And then I'll put it on TikTok now that Kieron sorted it
You're
out.
properly going for it.
So
I
TikTok
really enjoy
as well.
cooking.
Hashtags are a big.
When are you going to make your own cookbook?
Well, that's the problem. I can talk and I can see and I can do things, but I can't read.
Surely you can get someone to help you do that. Like, can you?
I have audio recipe books.
So I'm gonna start TikTok again. I've said this because I'm gonna start TikTok again because when I started it, I was more. I wanted to like show all my gaming stuff and stuff like that. And when I first come in, as you saw, when you first log into TikTok, it says what do you like, and mine was just gaming. So I was like, and now it only shows me to probably gamers, and they don't want to watch barbering things, so they just flick over it.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, but if you start it again, so say for instance, I was going to start it again, I'll delete the one I have. Can you still use the same username? That's the bit that obviously upsets
I got
me.
banned on my first username anyway, so I just got
Like every social network you've ever had, bro.
You know, that is true.
Literally.
Yeah, I've been banned from everything.
I been banned from. So I'm currently on a 30-day Facebook ban.
Wait, if we go back further than that.
Why is that? Why do Facebook ban people? Surely you can...
So do you know what? It wasn't even. I was sticking up for someone actually. So this barber posted this picture, and it was a picture of a haircut.
Oh yeah.
You seen?
I know now.
So the barber posted this picture of this haircut, but what they did was they put it's not even sharpness. What's the other one? It's like
Grain,
sharp
contrast.
No, it's
Saturation.
No, it's on Instagram, and it's like it makes it really like bitty.
It's saturation.
Definition.
It is like
Structure.
That's the thing. And they, for some reason, they blasted their structure up to give it make it pop. But what it did is where they gone around the edges with the razor, it really made that red stand out.
Yeah.
So this woman or man or whoever it was had put, I've just done this haircut. What do you guys think? And everyone was slating it, and I was like, do you know what? There's actually nothing wrong with that haircut. It's your photo editing that's the bad thing. I was like, you're not very good at photo editing. I was like, give me the original photo. She gave me the original photo, I edited it for her, and it looks sick. And I was like, that's what you can do with it. I was like, and you can do whatever you want. But people would just go, anyway, this guy was screenshotting it and put it into another group. So I just went a bit mad on, I was like, yeah, fucking, and I got some of his haircuts. So I got some of his haircuts. And I put the sharpness all the way up, and I was like, look, you're just this shit. I was like, you're just, in fact, you're probably worse, you're shit. And I was like, it's not about the haircut, it was about how she edited it. It just wasn't very good. And anyway, I'd called him a fucking dickhead or something, and then he reported it. I got banned for 30 days. But I only got banned for 30 days because I've had so many other previous bans on Facebook.
Are you still like really active in barber groups?
No.
I hate them. I absolutely hate them.
So I've just gone. I rejoined Barber Banter.
I saw that.
And they sent me a lovely message. Saying,
They said, "Do you want to?
Where have you been all this time?"
You know when you join a group and it says, Baldy's asked to join Barber Banter. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And they were like, "Welcome back, Baldy. It's nice to have you back." And I was like, "Lovely, thanks very much." But I like looking through it.
I hate it.
But I don't really go on them.
I think
comment or anything.
I think barbers in that group there's such negativity in there.
Do you know what I hate the most about it? Like, be honest with you, like since the lockdown started, it's like, oh, so and so's cutting it, so and so's cutting it. I've had a message from someone asking if I cut their hair, and I told them no. Here's a screenshot of it, mate. If someone asked you, do you want to cut my hair, and you said no, you don't have to screenshot that.
Yeah, you're not.
No one gives a shit.
You're not hard.
No one cares. And if you did say yes and you're cutting hair to provide for your family, do your thing. Who cares about that either?
But I've literally only on that as a barber group. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think it's one of the things. I'm TikTok. I like going through TikTok. I think it's really funny. Like me and Yaz will sit on TikTok for fucking hours.
Yeah, but that's the problem, isn't it? Once you watch it and then you just flip through, there's like no one. Then you look at your watch and you're like, oh my god.
It's like 3 a.m. You're watching some Indian man fucking build a swimming pool.
Yeah. And you've like lost all that time, and I don't know. I'm trying to make the most of my time because I'm holding. And I'm in my twilight years. You know what I mean?
Damn.
So I try not to.
Have you received your gold masters yet?
Nah, not yet.
You're not.
Oh well, I didn't know whether it was a scam notification or an actual notification
From the post office.
From the post office, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
To say,
so it could be them.
Yeah, to say it's there's a parcel, but they have been sending stuff to my house, so I can't see that.
I'm jealous.
It's that.
And what's the difference between the gold masters and the old cordless masters?
Oh yeah, it's massive. One set of gold, and the other set of silver.
Now you get the guards and the golds.
Yeah, you do, and also
What guards do you get with it? I don't even know.
Don't tell me it's lighter.
All of them.
Don't tell me it's lighter.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, but
there's I think it's got a different blade.
They're like premium guards or something like that. Yeah, I don't think they're magnetic. They're clip-on.
Oh,
yeah, but I think the blade might be different.
Yeah,
I can't remember until I get it. I don't know.
What colour are the guards? Are they just black?
Black, yeah.
Yeah, I would like the pink
Black
guards on the
premium
gold.
ones.
Pink guards.
That's what I was thinking. But I'd kind of would like to have like a gold guard on them.
I saw you had gold guards.
Yeah.
I had gold guards.
Yeah,
or
where
Zach
are they
had
from?
gold
They're
guards.
from.
China.
Is that where they're from?
Yeah.
Someone was selling them. Can't
But
remember.
the
I think they look
only
tacky.
thing, do you know what, the only thing with Andis is not that they're doing it wrong. It's actually they're probably doing it right. If anything, is that their clipper heads only fit their clippers. Every walls fit Babliss, ergos,
Yeah.
everything. Like so,
Like a universal.
yeah, I
clipper
can
guard.
my wall premium guards I'll use on all my clippers. And that's it. The 0.5 you just couldn't live without, could you?
No, I can't.
What the wall
That's
one?
why I'm excited.
Yeah, the wall
Why?
one. I love it.
No, but what's the reason? Like, I think it looks cool. It's very compact and skinny, isn't it? But
Yeah.
what? Like,
Just
what's
blends
the
everything
reason?
out for me.
Yeah, I think it's just it's thinner than
Yeah.
what the Andis one is.
And this one's ridged. Their one's not ridged. It's only ridged
The,
inside.
so the 0.5 literally just covers
Yeah.
the blade as such.
Just.
Yeah, literally just about as, and this one has a little
Yeah.
blade on it, but I reckon it's closer to. But I could work with both, but the it's easier for me. I find I fade quicker with the wall guard on the, and especially because I can then go. I'm going to flip it over to now my Babliss or whatever. If
Because
Anders,
you can keep that.
Can you use the? Yeah, you can use the wall heads on the Anders clippers.
No, it's too small, isn't it?
No, apparently.
You have to get a mod.
Yeah, apparently you can.
Oh,
You
you've
can
got
do it.
What are you modding? What are you modding?
The Filthy Blends mod. You buy it on like Kristen Sons. Kristen Sons actually sells it now. It's like a bracket for your wall seniors or your wall magic clips, and you can put a bracket on because otherwise you have to drill it, and you can put then the Anders Master head on the wall clippers. Otherwise you can't. It's like 30 quid. 30
Why would
quid
you
for
wanna do
the,
that?
the bracket.
What
Yeah.
benefit does it have?
Why would you do it? I don't know. It's just people that prefer
so
the
you
Anders
can.
blade, I guess, on the wall
What
clippers.
about the motor difference? Is there a motor different?
No, that's nothing to do with the actual clipper.
It's
It's
just a
just
guard.
the blades.
It's just
Like
blades.
it's allowing you to put an Anders blade on a wall clipper. So if you like the hold of a wall senior better than the Masters, you can have the wall senior with the Anders blade.
Okay.
You can't do it normally, otherwise you have to drill some brackets and stuff like that, put some holes in. So they've actually come up with a mod. They're making money, I guess.
But people are always modding clippers, aren't they?
They always have done.
I got
Yeah.
really,
Well,
when I
over
worked
the
for
last
Anders,
5
I got
years or
well
so.
told
When
off.
you cut them
When
outside,
I
of the
cut the
thing,
outside, I got
yeah.
this massive email like, you
Yeah.
can't do that. I was
Yeah.
like, oh dear. I like clippers though. I like playing.
Do you think,
both.
what it is,
genuinely, do you
though?
think that
It's-
worked well?
Yeah.
It's
Better.
But they brought one out, didn't they?
Yeah, true.
It's a sales thing, right? So if you modify your clipper, then you have no warranty. If the clipper goes wrong and people then go back to Anders and go, oh, blah, 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 this, that, and the other, well, it's your own fault because you've modified it. But
that's
people
even if you
don't see
zero
it
it.
like that. They
No.
go,
I don't. Yeah, but if
your
I
clipper's
if,
wrong.
No. In a sense of if I'm willing to go and take a sword to my clippers,
Yeah.
I know the warranty's gone.
Yeah, it's not
If
coming
you
back.
take a sword
but-
to anything, your warranty's
Right.
going to be gone.
But millions of people don't see it that way. Do you know
Oh,
what I mean?
really?
They go, oh, well, I was doing it and, this has happened. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have been doing that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's how it is.
It's like someone getting a haircut, going away, and then cutting it themselves, coming back in and
Yeah,
saying, "Give me a
exactly.
shit haircut." You go, well, I didn't fucking cut that.
But people will still push it.
100%. Yeah. If they,
And that's human nature, I suppose.
I mean, look at that guy where he tried to do it with them clip. What the fuck was his name? I can't think of his name. And he got the Slimline Pros and he cut them all up, and then he couldn't do it, so he just started smashing them out at the front
Oh,
of the
I
shop.
remember him.
Oh,
Yeah, Jack Gunner.
the one from Hempstead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack Gunner.
No, yeah.
What a waste, man.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I remember him. You used to have him on the video screen all the time.
I
Yeah,
saw
because
it. I've seen it.
we needed some comedy in the shop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I do remember that.
Bless him, bless him. But that's the thing. Like, and then people like that will be like, "Hey,
Yeah,
these
and
clippers are fucking. I'm gonna try and take it
people
back."
push it, but I don't. Apart from zero gapping, I don't change anything.
Do you not? Nothing.
No,
But doesn't even zeroing changes your warranty, doesn't it? They won't do it. I know when we work for Anders, they won't allow you to do it for
Maybe.
people.
yeah,
Or
don't
they
know-
say you have to. This is going to void your warranty if the boy zero it.
yeah, but I
Yeah,
think
because when I used to work on Andis, they would always Helen
No,
would
because
always be
we-
like
right, so
zero gap,
we-
zero gap, zero gap.
we sell a zero gapper, so
So they encourage you to do it
so
yourself.
you
but
can do it yourself.
if what I don't understand
think
with that
voids
is
your warranty.
if I say for instance we're working on whatever show and then someone says can you zero this for someone,
Yeah.
theoretically you're only zeroing the blade, you're not actually zeroing the clipper. So if you take the blade off and replace the blade, there's no way of
Yeah, but what they say is, right, say if you do that on a show and you go, right, okay, I'll zero gap that for you. They go off and they line someone and
you cut them or whatever, then that's
gouge
whose
in their
liability
head.
is it?
Whose
Yeah.
liability? It's something
Yeah.
like that. Whereas if they take it away, do it themselves, and they use our zero gapper to do it,
Mm-hmm.
then it should be done perfect, and everyone's covered.
Yeah.
So I think that's why.
But sometimes when you get it from the factory, it's never straight.
No.
It's
No,
always wonky.
and to be fair, nothing's ever as close as you probably want it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, we years ago when I used to use wool, it was like, first thing I'd do is gap my clipper straight away.
Yeah.
Because, factory setting is like that far out, whereas you want it like that.
Tighter, yeah.
And because we didn't have detailers and stuff like that back then, you had to do everything with the one clipper.
You have to go around the ears and
Yeah,
everything.
so you had to make sure it was like really close.
Yeah.
and corded.
For
They were
lining
corded
out.
as well.
Do you remember that other one they had? There was like a little white one, like a
Peanut?
sterling.
Oh,
Sterling.
Sterling, yeah, the Sterling.
They
You
were
couldn't
like-
adjust the blade.
Well, yeah, now you couldn't. But I remember when I first started, I was just like, "Yo, that is like the sharpest clipper I've
Yeah.
ever seen."
Yeah, because it
obviously
was
now
one of the first
you
lots of
wouldn't use it.
detailers. Or
He had
whatever,
like the
but-
sterling, the peanut.
yeah.
You had a set of old. I remember you had a set of old Andis in the drawer, like back in.
Yeah, I did. For
Like a
the
silver one, right?
The silver trimmer.
Yeah.
What was it called? The code was a D4 or something, wasn't it? It was the one that we could actually. And then I found out MK used one, and you could put shaver head on
Oh, I can't remember the name of
it
it.
as well.
It was a T outliner.
It wasn't. It was another
wasn't.
one. I can't remember what it was called, but I had one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it was
a T-bladed
It
clipper.
had a T blade on it, but
Yeah,
it came.
and you could usually pop it off and pop it back on.
Yeah.
And the foils. It was called a T outliner. I promise you. That's
originally when I bought it,
It was a T-liner.
T-liner.
Not the outliner. T-liner,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
And it
when
had
I-
like
when I-
ridges around the base of it,
Yeah.
right?
it had like ridges up it, sort of thing. It was like,
Yeah.
but I had that.
What's your
years ago when they
favorite
first
ever?
had
What's your
one out.
favorite ever Andis clipper? I know mine with a heartbeat.
Favourite-
clipper, not trimmer clipper.
Ever clipper.
Yeah, Andis, just Andis.
Has got to be my Cordless Masters.
You like your cord?
Or
Do you know
my
what mine
Master
is?
Cordless.
Do you know what mine is? Which no one ever
Yeah,
liked. I
Masters.
love my Ionicas.
They were sick.
I
The red
I
ones.
still-
I
right, so-
loved my Ionicas.
So I still have a
dis-
set.
They discontinued now.
Yeah, but I still have a set in my drawer.
I've still got a pair as well.
I still got a
Yeah.
pair under there.
And,
I fucking love them.
Yeah.
Keep my secret ones. I like the Pro Alloy Fade with the flat blade on it. Can't beat it. If they'd done that in cordless, game changing. Honestly.
Has anyone tried this?
I've got a question. What would
Yeah,
you
I've got
like
that.
to see this year,
Yeah, I don't
clipper wise, or like in the industry? What would you like to see come out? I don't know whether it's like I know what I would like. I'd like more wireless charging. So like clippers come in with that built-in like wireless charging like ability.
The
So
wireless-
you can buy like the power clips, can't you? Like for the Tune 45, they do the whole wireless charging with the mat. But I think with Gamma did it on their newest foil. There's like it has built-in wireless charging. So if you have one of the match, light it down and it charges. Don't need to plug it in
Yeah,
by
why
no
not? Like,
adapter.
that's
okay.
probably a move forward, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I get
Wireless
that.
charging,
Wireless
is way
charging.
that's the next move forward. So you've been working in the industry for what? 30 years.
Longer.
Right?
I-
I'm 15
38 years.
What for you in 38 years was the biggest? What was the biggest game changer for you in 38 years of cutting hair? Where you were like, "Fuck this! This is a game
You
changer."
want to stop doing them clippers that do that?
You know when electric come in. That's why John Diamond got arthritis, you know, because he's fucking doing that all the time.
Okay. Biggest thing was probably
That you've liked.
Yeah, you've seen like innovations though, haven't you? Like new stuff happen. Big
yeah. I
stuff.
mean, things happen every so often. It's probably every 5 years or something like that. Something comes along and blasts the last lot away. So like when we had like social media, obviously the explosion of that.
I was about to
with
say,
Instagram,
I think social media has been the biggest thing.
yeah.
and that's probably been
Yeah.
the biggest impact on my career. So because obviously Kieron dragged my ass up into like modern day life, if you like.
And Baldy made me grow up.
Yeah, and to a
I will
degree.
say that we when we started with the Instagram thing when we were down the road though, like none of us knew it was going to be that. We were just like, yeah, whoever gets the most likes gets an ice cream. And you was doing fucking black and white everything, right?
Yeah. So things change, and then you sort of you learn as you go on, and then
Can you remember when he made you take a picture of him topless?
Yeah. He was cutting your hair, bro.
They were fucking cutting my hair.
yeah, it was.
Parton Road, he was cutting your hair.
Yeah,
his
Park
shirt
Road.
on, yeah.
Yeah.
took
I was
a
like,
photo.
this would be a really cool picture. Look, let's take a
my
photo of me
days.
with my top off,
don't-
cutting hair, and I was like, I look back, I deleted it.
And he
No
said,
way you deleted it.
We was in the car. Me and you drove me there back then, and you were the guy with the whole your Instagram's going well and all that stuff. And then you said, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be mad for content. Let's do this." And I was like, "All right, like you know me, I don't really care about. I do care now, but I didn't care about media stuff. I just like was whatever we just cut hair, right?" So I take the photo, and you was like, "Yeah, that's gonna blow." And we're like, yeah, blah blah, talking and whatever. Gets in the car with him, and he goes, "See that photo? He's backing up." See that photo? I'm like, yeah, he's like, I ain't got nowhere.
Yeah, but at the time, in my head, I was like, do you know what? People.
It was
love
artistic.
Tattooed images.
Yeah.
And because I was heavily tattooed, I was like, do you know what? That'd be a good shot.
At work, yeah.
And it just didn't.
Did you delete it?
Did you get any likes? Did you get any likes on it? You must have done a
Yeah,
few.
of course I did. But either way, I kept looking back at it.
How did you go
and I
back
was
all
like,
that way and go, fuck,
Oh
I've deleted
my
that?
God. I've got way better topless pictures of me now.
I think you've got topless pictures.
How much
Jim
you
on
trying to
there.
see? He's going to do flipping OnlyFans, isn't he?
Yeah.
Someone else.
A picture of what earlier?
earlier when you were
With his
scrolling.
shirt. Oh my days! I heard he's doing a calendar.
Yeah,
It's
I
going to
would
be
do a
on
calendar
the
as
Saga
well.
cruise ships.
But yeah, I would say social media was the biggest impact, and being able to network on it.
Hair shows.
Yeah, well,
Actual
but
I was
barber
about to
hair.
say,
getting
yeah.
to that
Yeah.
point was the networking side of it. We would talk to other barbers on Twitter, mainly Twitter at that time,
Yeah.
for conversation, and then we arranged to meet up with loads.
I messaged Darren Jones yesterday. I was like, Darren Jones, I miss you. I don't know if he's dead or not. He has been posting. He has been posting. He has been
putting
posting.
Where- did you
my
message
big
him on
comeback
Twitter?
or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I like
It
it.
was something like that.
I like
I don't
him.
talk to him. And not that I don't like Darren Jones.
I
I,
love
do like
Darren
Darren
Jones.
Jones. I just think he wasted a big talent of what he was. And don't know.
I think he's still the UK's #1 barber. He is on Twitter. He is actually on Twitter.
He's still on there.
Yeah, of course he fucking is. The
UK's
UK's
#1
#1 barber.
Yeah.
It's a fucking
I
You got it
remember
wrong.
that.
That's Jack Tobin.
No, he's just the plug.
He's the plug.
We called Darren Jones out, didn't we, that time?
He said he was coming down to
on
beat you up,
Twitter.
didn't he?
Yeah,
he
but
did.
I locked the fucking. I put the shutters down.
You locked the door and everything, didn't
Did
you?
ya?
Yeah.
I put the
Oh,
kettle on.
he
I said
he
I've got
fucking
the, I
put a
said I've
picture
got
of
the kettle.
4 huge black geezers saying we're going to come to the shop, and not the fact that they were black, they were fucking huge.
Where was I?
We were messaging back and forth, and Kieran's going, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And I was going, yeah, come on, bruv, I've got a kettle on, come and see me. I was in a different shop.
He's a Princess Risborough.
Where was I? Must have been in Parton Road. Then.
Fucking
he
Darren
was.
Jones scared him that much that he fucking sold Princess Risborough.
But you guys were cool. Like,
get rid of the
at the
address.
show, you were cool, right? Like you.
Yeah, he was all like, I was only joking.
Yeah. No, he was good as gold.
He was sound.
But it was funny at the time, wasn't it?
I've got so much
We
I could
did loads
say
of
on the
stuff like
podcast,
that.
which I just can't say about
have,
Darren Jones.
Do you have, talking of questions, do you have any regrets of the industry that you've experienced? Do you think anyone?
For me, my one regret is I didn't push YouTube hard enough when I was at the top. I kind of was like, yeah, I'll let this
maybe.
video sit for a bit. Where actually I should have been going, when I was getting 1 million views a week, I should have been going, I'm going to fucking next
Keep
video, next
going,
video, next
keep
video.
going.
But I was like, I'll let that settle, I'll let that settle.
Yeah, but I think
I'll let people
also,
be
I
watching
think the
it.
problem with stuff like that, and especially for you because you've got a young family, right? It's hard to keep that momentum going because you've got other stuff going on in your
Yeah,
life.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And you have to find that balance between that and your family.
Yeah.
So, you know, I sort of get that because in the beginning when you didn't have kids, if you like,
I could do what I
and you
wanted.
could do whatever, I was at that stage where, right, well, I've got to do this, or I've got to take my kids to football, or I've got to do this or do that.
Yeah, but then I suppose as well when you get to the point where you had that 1 year where you just blew up, like everything you did was just everywhere.
Yeah.
So don't you think
I
when you get to that point, it's complacency? You're like, oh, I'm fucking kind of doing everything I can.
Yeah, and it for me now. I look back and I go, man, I could have pushed so much and been
Just
so
next
much
stratosphere.
bigger.
Yeah, definitely.
But Actually, do you know what? I got a shop. I got some really fucking good barbers. I've got good barber mates.
man.
I'm happy with what I got now. Like, I wouldn't change it. We've travelled the fucking world.
Yeah, I don't have regrets.
You could be bigger on social media.
Yeah, I could be bigger, but I'm happy with what I do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't rule my life in that sense. But I'm in really good positions within the industry that, you know, opportunities came up. I took them, created opportunities in some senses.
Yeah.
But I'm happy.
You get me a job at Andis.
I'm happy with where I am. Do you know what I
You
mean?
don't use Andis.
He would if he was
Of course he would.
in the team.
His thing, yeah, I go, what's your goal this year then, Zach? This is like January the 1st. He goes, I'm going to, by the end of this year, I'm going to be signed to a clipper company. I was like, okay, cool.
Dammer's in the works.
You saying about regrets? Like for me, I think the only regret I have about it all is when we first started to be in the industry like that. I was too nervous. Like I was just too like, oh my god, that's so and so. Or I didn't feel as if I was a peer of that person. I always felt like I was beneath a person. Do you know what I mean? When you first start meeting all of these people, I was like, oh, they're not going to care about who I am.
Do you know what I think it was though? I don't think it was so much that. I think it was the fact that, you know, you hadn't been doing it that long at that time.
Yeah, it was that.
And you still doubted your ability a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think then you went and had a break because you went off, didn't you?
Did you travelling?
Yeah.
And then come back into it again.
That was the time though. Coming back, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm in now.
Yeah. But I think
know what I
that's
mean?
I think that's why you sat back a little bit. I think because of you know,
I didn't know if that was what I was gonna. I didn't even know if I was ever gonna come back from doing that.
Yeah.
I just thought I might be.
I
in
just
America
think that
forever.
you always sort of doubted your own ability a little bit. It's probably because you're left-handed, but it's
Hey, listen, if you're left-handed, yeah, stay left-handed, right? Don't worry about these donuts. Yeah, maybe. But not now. I don't. I feel like I said to you, didn't I? I felt like when I was doing all the color stuff, and I felt like I get the most freedom out of being confident in myself. But it took me to this point in my career to go, do you know what? Actually, I'm happy with this, and I'm comfortable with that, and I believe in
think
The
what I'm
colouring
doing.
is very you.
I think everyone has to get to that point
You have
where
to find
they
your own niche.
yeah, and you have to find your own comfort, if you like, and know what works for you and what direction you want to go in.
And you have to try it. You have to try it all. Like I went and brought fucking a shit ton of. I went and spent about £700 on like bleach setup and stuff like that because I want to do colour in the shop. I went and bought a basin.
Oh, when you've done all that Olaplex stuff.
Yeah, and I bought all the Olaplex, and then I was like, I did it, and then I filmed some videos, and I was like, I don't actually want to do this. I just.
I love it, man. I really love it.
It's not for me.
Also, here's the thing. I had a conversation with Kev Volley the other day.
Is he not dead?
No,
Oh, fair play.
he's alive and well, doing all right.
He's got long hair, right?
No, he's cut it short. He's
God.
cut it off. Anyway, he's just sorted out his new insurance policy, and there's a new law on the insurance side of things for colouring.
Why?
So
In
make
case
sure that
in case you burn someone or whatever.
make sure you're covered on your own insurances correctly.
Yeah, and
There was a lot of
you
people
have to
sending out. So because of lockdown, there was loads of people sending. Say for instance, you're a female and you go to a hairdresser for a colour. They were selling you your colour mixed up already, and then they stopped that. So there was a new clause in the insurance for that, right?
So there's a load of stuff. So you have to do extra tests on skin tests.
Yeah,
this, that, and the
skin
other.
tests. Because if you've got the coronavirus,
Yeah.
you
It's
could be
what it's to
allergic.
do
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
So there was a case where a woman, she had
She had
her normal
COVID.
colour, yeah, everything like that. They did a skin test, then they applied the colour a couple of weeks later, and there was a massive reaction. Her skin blew up, her head swelled.
It was
What, 'cause she had
bad.
Everything
coronavirus.
like that, because she contracted coronavirus within that time scale
Yeah.
between the skin test and getting the colour.
Yeah.
So
Colour
every client now who has a haircut or hair colour has to be tested.
Yeah.
Every time. Every time now.
See, I'm more
So
inclined to do for me for colour. Like I'm more inclined for visual stuff to just use temporary like spray-ins and stuff like that,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can get it out. But also, I did one when I first opened my shop, and my floor's all white. Like this is better because you can clean it easier, but mine's like wood, so it's grained.
Oh, okay.
And I sprayed all this stuff late at night, done all this red and that, and then the next day I come back to open up, and there was literally like a flipping circle of red around the chair, and I was like, oh, if I fucking got to clean all this up before I started. So even if
Zach, are you free?
oh, you got them up? Nah, because so then I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to clean it all up. So yeah, I think obviously the environment, obviously spraying stuff's not great either. So
But yeah,
I'll figure something out.
Just double check your insurances. So there you go.
Yeah,
That's
though
a bit of
we've got
knowledge.
wallpaper, our wallpaper where he sprays his clients.
Yeah, goes dark.
Yeah, because spray patches.
Like
You can see it.
speckle,
Yeah,
yeah.
so you have to. I've got a special wipe that I use and wipe it down a little bit. Alcohol usually gets out, doesn't it?
Take one swig, one wipe.
This is for my homies. Yeah, I don't know. Are you gonna ever transition to maybe using sprays or Topic or anything
No,
like
do you
that?
know what? So I have Topic, and I did start using it more so on stage work,
Yeah.
purely just to
Because the lighting's bad.
so just for enhancing the edges. Because if people are seeing from a slight distance, they want to be able to see that a little bit clearer. Whereas, you know, although you may have left the contrast on the hair there, if people are sat, 10 foot away or 20 foot away, they can't see that unless there's a close up. Like we work sometimes with cameras, don't we, above us? But so sometimes I'll mark it in with a little bit of
Have you
Topic.
seen Zach's machine?
But
I'll show you Zach's machine. It's about this big.
is it really?
It's fucking. It's under there. It's under there, right? And it's fucking. he put it up there, and I was like, it's gonna fucking like fall the shelf off.
Is that the new one that you bought?
Yeah, it's a new one.
What is it? What?
Big blenders one.
It's
Just an air compressor, big air compressor.
I don't know.
What,
See,
spray
I like
someone's
the
head?
look of it, and when you do it, I think that's sick.
Yeah.
Like how you finish up. Like let's be honest, your haircuts are pretty solid anyway, aren't they? But doing that, he goes, "They're all right." He doesn't even go, "Yeah, thanks." But he's just like, "Yeah, I'm sick." But when you do it, right? I can't get the dexterity to make what I want with the lines, and also in my head before seeing you do it, I was like, "Oh, do you know what it is? It washes out. So what's the point?"
No,
So
do you know what it is?
Go on.
Because you're left-handed.
Oh my days, that's lying. I'm sure there's some legal ramifications involved in what he's saying here. If any lawyers are out there listening, just give me a shout on the DMs. We'll see what we can get out of it.
I just don't. I don't know. I try and keep that shaded contrast with hair length rather than.
Please tell me you've stopped doing the backwards fades. Oh my god, they're terrible.
Yeah, no, I've started doing.
What backwards fades?
I remember when he
Reverse
used
fading.
reverse fading. He went through a really bad phase in his life.
Oh, with the little line, little.
Yeah.
No,
lines
where it
and
was
stuff.
like, where it was
Yeah, it was
like,
quite
it was
cool at
cut
the
out
time.
here.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
No,
Like,
it was cut out here,
Yeah.
and it was hair here.
Yeah, but it was like fine hair just for shading. It was good.
I mean, if you say so.
No, it was.
Then afterwards, will you fade it all out, or you just?
Well, yeah, it depended if
In
they
2
want to keep
weeks.
it. Yeah, it depended if they wanted to keep it.
I think that's another haircut.
It was a version of like, I suppose,
Are you doing kettlebells? Zach?
concept cutting, isn't it?
He's just there,
No.
like doing all different movements. Thought he's doing yoga or something.
It's one of those weird,
Prison workout.
It's one of those weird things where there's concept cutting and there's normal cutting, isn't there? And
Liam's very into concept cutting.
He's good at it though as well.
I think that's the
very
thing.
into concept
But
cutting.
I have this. The only issue I have with it is I think it's great to show off something and take photos, but you don't want to leave your customer with that and then it's got to grow out.
But then
because
it depends on the
it's gonna grow out
demographic, doesn't it?
horrendous.
Like eventually, I think once you see show stuff, you look at like an image of X on a show where you've done a reverse fade or whatever.
Yeah.
It might be 6 months to a year before that transitions into the everyday high street haircut, but you're going to get like your higher end fashion associated customers that want that.
Yeah.
And I always think when it comes to the last point, so like, let's go to a V-cut for instance, right? V-cuts were very in fashion because David Beckham had them, then the fashionable end of the customer had them, then it filtered down to the customer that always stuck with his same haircut for 10 years until he decided to make a change, and that was it. And for me in my head, that when that last customer, the demographic that goes, oh yeah, I always keep the same trim, I never change it, to then goes, I love that. That's when you know that haircut's made a full cycle and has now become the bog
There's
standard.
still people
but
fucking V-cuts.
but do you know the thing? Right, so it's not about the person that's got the V-cut, it's about the barber.
Yeah.
Right, the barber's
To
in
advise the
that
customer.
position to advise that customer.
Maybe
and
this won't
change
work for
what
you or
happens.
whatever, yeah.
So I had this conversation the other day with Dan Gregory. So everyone remembers David Beckham's haircut, right? The iconic one off of GQ or whatever it was on. But they don't. No one in the general public knows who created that.
He cut himself, didn't he?
No, it was A.D. Phelan that did it.
Okay.
But not the general public don't know that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he's the one that went, right.
So AD said, I'm going to do that.
I'm going to do this.
Okay.
And it will look cool. David Beckham gone, okay, I'm iconic, that'd be great. And everyone went, oh my God, you've seen David Beckham's hair, blah, blah, blah. And it changed things, right? It made a massive impact. But it's down to the barber to make that impact,
Yeah.
not the person.
But then,
Yeah, because David Beckham ain't walking in and going, I'm
have
going
this.
to have a mullet.
There you go.
But
Right?
then
David
also
Beckham
in-
might have walked in and gone, I'll keep my
short back
normal
and sides.
curls.
Yeah, exactly that. But then, in a longer period of that, in a sense, it's like if you come in and say, look, here's a picture of David Beckham and he's got, I don't know, do you remember when he had the 2 tram lines for the police advert?
Yeah.
Some people will come to you and say, I'll have that. Like in my head, David Beckham's got these tram lines, but he's not going to work for UPS on Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? So if you're wearing a brown UPS outfit with 2 tram lines around your head, potentially it might be a conflict of
Yeah, I think that's
style.
the same as anything. When you have a customer
lifestyle.
in your chair,
Yeah.
You have to
take
know their
into
lifestyle.
account their lifestyle.
what do you wear, how do you, what's your fashion?
And that's
yeah, facts.
that's part and parcel of you, but also it is on your shoulders to, and you know this because you just touched on colour and stuff like that. It's on your shoulders to change things.
Yeah. For me, I like when I first started doing the colour shots that are on my Instagram now. I think was Dre the first one or Charlie. I think it was Charlie I done first. But I literally called. I called them and was like, "Yo, I've had this idea. What do you reckon?" And Charlie's really fashionable, so he was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll do that." But Dre was, "No, can you get that out before I leave? Because I don't want to look like a plum." And then when we did it, it was like, "No, all right." But I really pushed the envelope with them. Like,
Yeah.
I want to do this, and it ended up coming out all right.
But that's what it's about. You
Yeah,
know, you
sometimes
chose
you've got
to
to
be in a fashion industry.
You've got to make
That's
the
what you have
fashion.
to do. You have to create fashion to
Yeah.
a degree.
But you've got to notice it. You've got to notice it from
of course you
afar. So you've got to go, actually, that's going to come in soon. Like, let's take these fucking mullets are back in a minute.
I think his looks wicked though.
Yeah, but he's copied Jeff. So he's
Jeff
saw
Barbershop, the
yeah,
guy with the, he's wearing a hat.
the guy
right?
with the fucking Jeff's hat that he's got on now.
How that works.
I'm going to do it when I'm adding salt and pepper.
So, and he put the
Salt that way.
salt
He's
in
gonna be the guy, the guy that you see them kids with the headphones like Zach's wearing right now, and they hold the headphone to their mouth, and he's like, "Yeah, so basically, I'm just cooking some really good." Yeah, when you put salt inside there,
But he's so old, he forgets. He's like, I put some beef in it.
he just transitions to a fire.
Do you know what? That's not a bad thing,
smoke.
is it? That'd be like just adding some salt.
ASMR with Baldy.
We're back in the same territory of the shirt off photo again.
Oh yeah, no, get to it. You won't know what you're doing when you're recording your cooking with Baldy and you accidentally flip the camera and your cock could be out.
I always cook naked.
And you see a text message on his phone saying, "Get the alcohol, I've got the gear."
Zach gets Baldy, can you bring some alcohol over? I've got Jeff round.
So I don't know what happened with Jeff, but I think that's going to take up too much time. So you'd have to message me that because I thought Jeff was your boy. You know, do you real quick? Then you'd be like roadkill. You know when they pick up that shit to take it home and cook it.
Yeah.
I watched that last night. Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton.
That's the NWA movie, right?
Yeah, it was a good film.
I
And
think
Coach Carter. I watched Coach Carter as well.
I just played video games last night. That's all I did last night.
Good job.
I watched
I watched Emmerdale Corrie.
Snowfall.
EastEnders.
But did you see that flipping thing in the EastEnders where they're like, "Oh yeah, if you don't take the vaccine, shut
I
up."
don't watch EastEnders.
Patrick's giving it the big one in the shop about the vaccine.
Patrick
What,
got the
you
vaccine.
lot
though.
watch
As soon as
EastEnders?
Patrick got the vaccine, I was like, I'm getting the vaccine. Patrick to me is a don.
I'm alright.
You watch EastEnders?
Yeah. If Grant Mitchell came back and said he's getting the vaccine, I'm booking my appointment.
Patrick for me.
I haven't watched EastEnders in 2 years, maybe.
Really? Why?
Well, at least a year and a half.
Why?
He ain't got to tell you that.
It's got a lot going on.
He reads the same newspaper every day for like the last 2 years. He's like, what?
Back on Facebook, can I?
Leeds are in the Champions League. Oh my
You don't
days.
just get EastEnders updates on Facebook.
Well, no, do you know what? I don't. And
Signed up to the newsletter.
busy cooking and
He's
talking all
properly
things
plugging his cooking show,
VW.
innit? You're a bag. He's a cooking guy that
Yeah.
does VW shows now.
Yeah.
What is left of the person that we know?
I don't know, I've changed.
They're in, innit? He's
Yeah.
just out here doing
I did,
VW.
did my motorbike license this
I
year.
did tell Baldy's friend, I was like, Suit Baldy was a legit guy. Tattoo
What?
Baldy's a prick.
What's that? Suit Baldy.
Suit Baldy was a legend, wasn't he?
What do you mean? When he used to wear,
shirt and trousers Baldy.
when he had like 3 tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was killing the game then.
Yeah.
Free
Football
tattoos.
coach Baldy.
We counted the one
and
on
that's
my
what he used to
back as
talk
one.
about. He didn't talk about being a famous barber or nothing. He was just like, I'll cut hair and my kids go football and I'm going to get them into Northampton.
I'm the coach and
Yeah, I was a coach.
Fucking
I was a good coach
QPR.
as well.
Remember? Now look at him.
I don't.
Now look at him. Tattoos on his face.
I love my new life. It's,
Edit that out.
Straight to the solicitors.
it's awesome. Yeah, I'm enjoying life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in all honesty, I'm absolutely enjoying life.
Has lockdown done you the world of good? I think it's done you the world of good in the sense if you had a break.
Yeah, sort of, yeah.
You don't want to cut hair no more, he said.
It is weird.
He fucking.
Do you actually? You're really good at it though. What would you do if you didn't cut hair?
Probably be an accountant, doing your taxes.
Not mine.
Richard, you just say you don't want to cut hair anymore.
Trust me.
Yeah, I trust you cut my hair, but not my
He's well enough already. He's well enough already.
He's like, what are you going to do?
He does want to cut.
Why have we sat here talking about mods and that if you're leaving us?
Very close, though.
He'll do that now.
He's getting accountancy in the back.
But his emotions change so quickly. He'll do that now and then he'll come back to work next week and go, Kieron, can I have a share?
Yeah, fuck that, Richmond.
What would you do if you didn't cut hair?
Are we going back to like day one where if I could be anything, I'd be a wrestler.
Would you actually?
Yeah.
You was rubbish.
Drive that.
I fucking weren't. I was fucking good at wrestling.
See me, visual marketing. Love to do that.
Visual marketing.
Visual marketing, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Viral and visual marketing.
What is it?
All them videos I put on Instagram, that's it.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah. No, well, that's just obviously the tip of the iceberg, innit? I really enjoy looking at marketing and understanding it.
Thank God you're a barber.
Thanks, man. Some people will say my haircuts are better than my video. My videos are better than my haircuts.
Fucking
If I had the editing tools you've got in here, bruv.
yeah.
Jesus
know what
Christ.
I'd do.
All the red tones would be out nicely.
I think going back years ago, I would have loved to have been a football coach.
You
Well,
was.
But what
Yeah,
quite
no,
high
an
end.
at,
Like a high up, like
higher
Mourinho.
level. Yeah, but it wasn't really an option when I was younger. So when like now you can go and like Matt's, my son's doing sports science and exercise at uni. So that can lead to all different avenues within the sports industry.
They usually fly them off to America, don't they?
Yeah.
But for me, when I was growing up, that wasn't a thing back then. It wasn't an option. So they didn't go, okay, would you like to go into some sort of like sports degree or whatever? Well, it weren't offered,
There was a
especially
video-
to thick people.
There was a video on TikTok, yeah, and it's this bald geezer, and he's massaging this woman's ass, right? Yeah, he's massaging her ass, yeah, and then this guy pops up like he goes, well, if he would have come on fucking cruise day, I know what I'd be doing right now.
Yeah, but that's how do you fall into it? Like any career that's a bit of a sketchy one, or not sketchy, but different.
Massage. This is
How do you land
go
in
from
that?
massage to then
A massage bum. Do you know Kim Kardashian's got a person that's supposed to make her bum flipping voluptuous before she takes as photos taken?
like plumps it
There's
up.
a person for that. I don't even know how you do that.
I suppose you create
I did
blood
read it.
flow.
Yeah, you create a huge
maybe
blood flow,
swells
swell
up
it
a little bit,
yeah.
and fills
Yeah.
out.
I suppose.
I don't know.
It'd be like suction cup.
How do you know
And then he's like, I don't want to be an accountant
I'm
anymore.
guessing. I'm guessing. I know how the body works, so it's sort of guessing that's what would happen. A lot of that.
Was that a job you'd be interested
Yeah.
in? Kim Kardashian's bum flapper. How much would you charge for that? Is that expensive? Is it pricey, or you do it for a
I do
good
it for free, man.
shout
I
out?
think.
Don't
no,
undersell
I
yourself.
think
At
there's
least a
money
tenner.
in it. There's
Yeah,
good
you
money
used,
in
yeah,
it.
you used to offer like
You'll get
food
paid.
and a house to live
Yeah.
in, something like that.
Yeah.
Boom, yeah. Just live on the grounds of our house.
Yeah,
Mow the grass
chilling.
and that
Yeah.
sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Clean the
Them ones
pool.
there. Like Blake Griffin.
Oh yeah.
Like
You know
a
Blake
normal
Griffin?
Filipino.
You know Blake Griffin, right? Blake Griffin literally lived with Kendall Jenner. He's a basketball player, but he had a bit of an injury. Just cut our grass on that. Now he's playing for Brooklyn. Anyone can win, you know?
So you could be a butt fluffer.
Butt fluffer.
Butt fluffer.
And that could be in your bio as well.
Yeah.
A Richmond Perez butt fluffer.
Butt fluffer to the stars.
Tinder bot. Are you still on Tinder, are you?
Wait, cut this out. No.
What's going on with that then? Is that
Doesn't make any difference to me.
yeah, but you
And then
develop
I'll
a
just
team.
rebuild
It's not
again.
like you haven't built teams before, have you?
No, and I'll just do it again.
Granted, the best team you had is sitting at this table, isn't it? All three of us.
Yeah,
However,
do you know what? It was. When you look back at it, it was very unprofessional.
Yes.
It was the most fun. I don't think
But
any
it
of us
was
can
fun.
say that it wasn't the most fun we've ever had in our careers, though. Surely.
No, it was a lot of fun, but
Fucking hell of a lot of fun.
it was. Yeah.
I call it fun on a budget.
Someone said, someone messaged me the other day and went, oh, it's actually Lee Tippins. I said, oh, I've got a job if you fancy it. And he went, he goes, what's the money like? I said, really rubbish, but it's a lot of fun.
You're not lying. You're not
Is that what you said in your? That's what you're going to put in your advertising as well.
In my advert.
Do you know what it is? I need barbers.
Money's not so good, but it's a lot of fun.
And I'll vouch for that. It is fun.
It is really
It is
fun,
fun.
working on Baldy's. I will give that. It was really.
It was a laugh.
But you know, things change, and you do.
Do you think
do have
you'll
to get more
ever
professional.
change with the way you pay staff, and you think you'll ever go to percentages or?
No.
What's your plan, then? Do you think?
I respect it. I respect it
Right.
as a business owner. I respect it.
Right. So from my point of view, I got to look at. Right. So let's take the last year for example.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All my staff have been furloughed.
Yep.
So they've all been paid a salary all the way through the lockdown
Yeah.
And everything like that. If they were on percentages, some of them, not being there that long and what have you,
They wouldn't have made any money.
they wouldn't have made any money.
But that's their
They
own
wouldn't
risk to
have been
take,
looked
innit?
after.
That's surely their own risk to
It
take.
is their
It's
own risk
reward
to
every
take,
risk,
but,
yeah.
but for me, it's made sense, and I think it will make a difference to the industry. I think a lot of people now will drop out of the industry because they'll be like, well,
Do you think that's a gift or a curse, though? Do you think that's a good thing?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Because it undilutes what we've created.
And I think
we as in a whole industry together.
I think as a general, I think it's a good thing. But for me, having my lot on salary has been secure, and I've had these conversations with them and stuff like that, and a lot of them were like, no, we want to stay on salary. They get paid holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They, you know.
Honestly, I from
So
from
it
doing
has
both,
swings around.
I personally feel like the first initial jump is like flipping out. If I get this wrong, I'm fucking in trouble because I'm the one that's paying my bills, but I'm also in control of my own destiny in a respect. So you know what I mean? Like I said to you, didn't I? The first week I started doing it, I was like, fuck, like well, I could have been in a shit position here. But honestly, having done it both, I feel like being self-employed is better. But also, I'm in another realm now where I'm potentially gonna have to either employ people or get them to come and sit and rent a chair. So it's from my perspective, I think a lot of people that are employed go, yeah, fuck that, because it's too much of a hassle and it's nerve-wracking. It's almost like, you know, it's worrying. But once I made that jump to do that, I feel like the reward is so, like when you do, like Zach used to take the piss out of me because I used to go and dish out leaflets and stuff when I had a break, and like I really tried to push it. Yeah. And then eventually when you reap the rewards of being able to do that, you're like, fucking hell, like, you know what I mean? I've done it myself. Like, little fuckery.
And it was really funny.
So I had a stack of leaflets. When I first come here, I had a stack of leaflets and I'd go out and dish out leaflets. If I had a break of an hour, I'd be like, right, I'm gonna go and drop some leaflets off, I'll be back in an hour. So I'd go and do like local houses and that and bang out leaflets. And I'd come back and he'd be stood here, yeah? And I didn't, you know, my work ethic's quite strong, right? So I used to not like him because I felt like his work ethic weren't there. And I think he thought I was a fucking old dickhead. So I literally come back in here and he'd be stood there with his hand on his hip, yeah, shaking his fucking head, right? And I'm like, what? And he's like, why do you go and dish out leaflets in your break, you old waste man?
Do you know what? Do you know, like 2-3 weeks before the first ever lockdown, yeah, I was gonna get him by his ear and drag him back to you, mate.
Who, me? Yeah. Oh no, I've got the
He
up
was
Do you know what's really funny?
worst.
Without talking too much about all of that stuff there, because everybody has their opinions and that, I literally at the beginning of lockdown was like, fucking hell, he's not looking down the country fast enough. I was properly worried about it because I was like, oh my God, this could be a serious disease that could kill people. You know how I feel about them sorts of things?
It did.
Yeah?
People.
Yeah, but I'm now looking at it from a respect of it's 99% survivable virus that if now with more understanding is easily controlled, right? But then I didn't know what was happening. So Zach is like the biggest wind-up merchant on earth, yeah. And obviously he's in a different remit of life to me. So he hasn't got kids, he hasn't got nothing to worry about. He doesn't provide for his family, he looks after himself. So at the time he's like,
I ain't got none, they're all dead.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, nah.
But he was like, bearing in mind, in my head, oh fucking hell. In my head, I'd just gone
Baldy.
self-employed. I didn't have any parameters. I didn't have any security or safety net. Yeah. And I was just like, fucking hell, this could really blow up in my face.
He's on edge.
Stressed out, but imagine, you both know me for a lot of years, so I'm stressed out, yeah? So you know both, to leave him alone if he's pissed off. This guy, fucking poking the bee's nest, isn't he? So he's like, oh, fucking this and fucking that.
You can't what your hand on it or something. He's like, I've got
remember
the
what he
Rona.
No, he coughed on my neck. Like that. And I was like, you little cunt, why would you do that?
He was like, I'm gonna fucking bar him.
But all said and done, we come back in July and me and Zach got on and we're fucking cool now, aren't we?
But to be fair,
You did kill his granddad.
I'm a bit,
Hey, listen, Granddad was fucking asking for it, bro. Build it. Like, but then people have said that to us about our careers before when they go, how did you look become an overnight success? And I'm like, mate, like 10 years of learning and still learning.
I still don't think I'm successful.
Nah, you still have to. I think you've just got to continue. Like one of the things that I struggle
depends how you
for.
measure success, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you. St-
I think success is here, and I'm
Yeah.
pushing the middle.
I don't think you. But then
I'm
truly
known, but I'm
successful
not-
people.
As soon as I see a blue tick next to mine, then that's when I'm successful. That's
Unless
how I
it
look at
depends where it
success.
is.
So that's
Depends
what,
where it
so
is.
that's what I'm saying. It depends where your measure
Of success
is
is.
for success.
But then surely, in a good perspective of ambition, if you see a blue tick next to your name, that to you right now is a ceiling. When you hit that blue tick, now what's next? Because you can't just rest on your laurels.
I will always compare myself to other barbers in the industry and where they're at and what they're doing and go, like 360 Jeezy has got how many million followers now on YouTube?
4 million,
4
3 million, 4 million.
I've got 100,000. Chris Bossio, how many he's got?
Like 100. He just hit 100,000.
No, Chris Bossio's got way more than 100,000.
On Insta or YouTube, he just hit 100,000. One of the two.
Hang on.
Put it out the other
yeah, I
week.
think you're right because he put it up, didn't he?
Yeah. Put a little like congratulations.
See, I know who Chris
Thank you.
Bossy is.
I don't really watch you.
Chris
actually
Bossio's
know.
got 350,000.
Because I know him
subscribers.
personally.
In person.
There you go.
Yeah.
So he's got 350,000 followers. And I go, okay, that's a goal. You know, let me start
he's
beating
killing
these
it.
barbers off.
Okay.
Every day, new content. He does it every day.
Let me beat these
Every day.
barbers off.
You know what it is?
Right.
So,
And that's success.
so
gotta make your way in
for
somehow.
me, going back, success was earning a good salary. Okay.
I got that. It's boring.
Owning a house.
I've got
Providing for my family and
Provide.
not wanting.
Yeah, but then you can. I don't think you can ever not want.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because you'll always want more.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
ambition.
But if you can afford to do that or have the things that you do want, then that's, you know, like for me now, and I'm starting again, so I'm not going to have the big house.
No.
Yeah, but that caravan's nice. There you go.
Yeah, it is lovely.
Right.
But where I do live is very nice, and you know, I have a little project car that I'm happy to run about in. I have my normal car.
You've got what you
I earn,
like.
I earn good money. I could afford to go on holiday if I want to go on holiday.
Not allowed. It's illegal.
Huh?
It's illegal.
Yeah, I get that. But when I'm allowed, because I've had vaccine, because I've had vaccine, I can go.
Oh my days.
But yeah, do you know what I mean? So if I'm earning good money and I can afford to live a good life, that's successful to me.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's how I see it. And within the industry, you know, I've got my name. I'm known. I might not have like millions of followers, but I'm known to the people.
Yeah,
that I
I'm
need
known
to
in
be
the
known
industry.
to.
I don't know for a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm known in the industry.
Yeah. So to me, that's a measure of success.
Yeah, but I think
think your
the
industry
first
was
part of
very
what you
successful.
said, like when you said, yeah, like all of the remits of a human being success, I think that shit's way more important than any industry type thing, because I just think, I don't know, man. I want to be able to do all of that stuff, like all of the own your house and do all this stuff there. But I just think unless you keep up with the trend of what's next, like you were saying about Clapper earlier, if you build your basis off of one thing, then when that fades, unless you're on the next ship, then what's next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People will go to different platforms if they're not.
You've always been super good at that though, understanding what's next on a social perspective.
I'm quite good on social
Because
media.
I remember when you brought up Instagram, and I was like, why the fuck do you always find these things that don't make no sense? And then within 6 months they make a mad amount of sense.
Yeah, and I think Clapper's going to be that big one.
You should
I
delete
really-
the name out, so we just start messing with it now, and they won't know what it is until we're on there. Big in the game. My Richmond's out there with his shirt off. You lot should
I
do a
think
collab video.
you're going to make it big on TikTok. I really think you're going to do well on
I'll
TikTok.
give it a go.
I think he's going to be like Lawrence. What does that say?
Who's that? The big geezer.
Yeah, the big fat.
I like
guy.
the Russian. You see the Russian guy that talks about things in Russia?
No.
He's sick. I love him. He's like some kid, like I don't know, 25ish, and he's got crooked teeth, but he's got mad followers, and He just goes, oh yeah, like I'll take you to a Russian supermarket or I'll take you to a Russian train station. And obviously you two have been there, so
In there.
yeah, but I just
been on
like
that
that he
train.
does that. Or his grandma makes like borscht and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, sick. I love watching that. That's the sort of thing I like watching.
I don't like bullshit.
If I'm
I
on
think
TikTok,
it comes down to
anyway.
personality though as well. Like in the industry, like say for the industry or TikTok, you can be good at what you do, but if you've got no personality, then people aren't gonna.
You could be
like you.
fairly average,
That's-
but have a really good personality.
Yeah.
Look at him.
That's
Got him.
I'll take that. I've got a good personality. So
Average
just
looking.
goes with my really good looks. But it's you're right in what you say. That comes into account with everything, right? So you don't run in a business, right? People invest in you and your personality, right? You could have several barbers there, but they're investing in you as a personality above them because they come to that shop.
Yeah.
100%.
And if you acknowledge them, like I've always said, no, I've always taught everyone, if
Say
you
hello,
acknowledge
they come
whoever
through the door
comes
and
in and when they go out,
Yeah.
right?
Tell this to you.
And people remember that. They might not like mention it straight away, but somewhere in their head, they're like, I'm always felt welcome there because I'm asked, I'm said, hello, how are you? Thanks very much.
When Jim left and we reset up the shop, I was like, I want Zoe by the door.
She's the most bubbly person.
Zoe's the
Yeah.
most nicest person. When someone comes in through the door, she's gonna be there like, hey, how are you? How's your blah blah blah?
Yeah.
Zoe's straight there as he's already always busy working.
Yeah.
So he's in concentration mode.
Sign language only.
He's usually watching him.
Yeah.
So Zach's quite quiet. If someone walks through the door, he's not going to really say hello.
Yeah.
You try and push it, and I try and say, look, just say hello. Like,
But
when
it's
they
a
come in.
massive thing because people will buy into you. You know, they'll remember that you're polite. You're the one that always acknowledges them. You know, and that might be that one person that don't really fit in the shop. But you know, you go, all right, mate, how are you? And they're like, oh, do you know what? I fit.
Why are you talking to me for your waistline? I don't go to you.
They tell me what you on.
But you know what I mean? And that works. So you're right in what you say. Personality works within the industry as well as within your own
I
business.
fully
or
believe
your
like
own
you
section.
can have customers that you know what I mean. They might have a 2 back and sides, not even an intricate haircut, but because you have that relationship with them, you get on with
Yeah.
them, they'll come back
They'll
to you
keep
forever.
coming to you.
Yeah, 100%.
I've got to wrap this up because it is 2:45.
He's like, "Phew, see you later.
I'm going to go pick up the kids. But this can be a part one. I'm okay to come back on next Wednesday if you lot are coming back
Yeah,
next
sounds-
Wednesday. You busy next Wednesday? You get the vaccine?
No, I've got a shop meeting though.
You got a shop meeting?
What time?
I might switch it to Tuesday. Though.
Yeah, switch to Tuesday and come and chill with us on Wednesday.
All right.
Sweet. That was easy.
that was
That was easy. I've got a shop meeting. Like he's got staff. He's talking to himself.
He gets a chair. He gets a chair.
What's happening this week?
Pumps up the chair and he's like, right.
I've got an appraisal next week.
He's got that. So how much people have you got? Like, so Tom's leaving as well.
So
Isn't he?
Tom's going.
Oh, the cameras are off anyway. Sweet.
So